Oh, I'm in Livonia, Michigan, Detroit, Michigan.
Detroit. Okay,
Yeah,
nice.
the
Got a lot
Motor
of questions
City.
for you. Yeah,
Okay,
just I don't want to start without my buddy over here.
I appreciate you guys having me.
No, this is pretty exciting actually. It's a
Oh,
little bit different, and we'll talk because the fellows don't know I'm a George Michael fan.
oh, really?
Yeah. So look,
Nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. Introduce yourself.
Okay, well, I'm Georgia Pettis, and I wrote a book called George Michael, the Singing Greek. I'm author. I'm also by day I'm a chef, so I have some cookbooks too. And I've been a lifelong George Michael fan, so this is kind of a something I've always wanted to do to write a book about him. And this year is actually the 35th anniversary of the Faith album coming out, so it's like perfect timing.
So it's funny you say that. It's gonna be real random as we go along. This isn't our usual interview, but
Yeah,
I did see that you had numerous cookbooks, right?
yeah,
And then all of a sudden, boom, a George Michael book, right? And
yeah.
and then I'm looking at you, right? I see your haircut, the glasses, and I'm like, okay, I can see it, you know.
Yeah,
So I know you really, and I love George Michael since I was a little kid. I'm an '80s kid,
yeah,
so
me too. Yep.
yep. So I grew up with "I'm Never Gonna Dance Again," and when Wham broke up, I was like, oh my god, what's gonna happen now? And then he came out on his own with his guitar and the tight pants, and he did Faith,
Oh
and
yeah.
I had the 12-inch because I remember going to get it. And
Oh
and just
wow.
just to give you an example, I grew up in the hood, right? And so traditionally I would listen to rap, but I also had an ear for pop music. And Wham and George Michael were, they're at the top of that list,
Oh
you
yeah.
know, and it's not something that just comes up, right? And also things that I learned today, George Michael's Greek.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and
Yeah.
British, and British.
So what is your nationality?
I'm Greek too, but I'm Greek
Okay.
American.
Okay.
So we have some similarities.
Okay. And just because I've been around some Greek folks and my ex-boss was Greek and his kids were singers and they played instruments, just like, and I'm Colombian, right? So
Oh,
whenever one of ours makes it, it's like the whole tribe, country, town made it,
oh
It's almost
yeah, oh
like a,
yeah.
yeah. So I was watching the interview where he like said his real name and it's like, oh wow, okay. But that might have not been a good traveling name.
No, I don't think
Yeah,
so.
right. So like George Michael. So then you're doing cookbooks, right? And
Yes,
and and you're what type of chef are you traditionally? Because I see you did some books for like pregnancy diets, and you're a dietitian, right? Are you based
yes.
on healthy foods or like, man, I want to eat good? Because Greek food is really good.
Oh yeah. Kind of more like the Mediterranean diet.
Okay,
So a lot of Greek food, but also kind of healthy. So the Mediterranean diet is like one of the best diets for people to follow.
okay.
You know, but
So are
once in a
you?
while, I like to splurge.
So do you have your own restaurant? You work in a restaurant? What is? How did you find that lane?
Oh, I work as a cooking teacher. I do cooking classes at Schoolcraft College, and then I
Okay,
also cater. And my
okay,
family was always we always catered and stuff. We're always My mom was a cook too.
I got you. So now you're cooking, right? And then, what compelled you to make that left and just write a biography on Mr. George Michael?
Well, there was some similarities because he also worked in his dad's restaurant before he became famous.
Yes, that's right.
I, yeah, so
Yeah,
I found some similarities in there. I thought, this would be kind of fun to do
and and
something like that.
and I'm telling you, you actually resemble him pretty closely.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure you've heard it a lot. How long does it take you to get the hair together in the mornings?
Oh, that it probably takes me a good half hour to get the
Yeah,
whole hair going and
yeah.
everything ready to go. Sometimes depends if I get a haircut, not as long.
And then from what I've read, you actually went to numerous concerts, live concerts where he performed, right?
Yes, yeah, I've seen him a couple times on this 25 Live tour, and then I seen him here in Detroit. He was at the Cover to Cover Faith tour in Palace in Detroit area. So
And
yeah, I've seen him a couple times.
how close were you able to get as a fan?
I wasn't able to get real close. I mean, I had good seats, but I wasn't able to get backstage or anything. But I do
Gotcha.
have like autographs from him. Like
Okay.
one of the security guards was able to get me an autograph.
And when did you find George Michael? Was it when you were in the beginning of his career in Wham, or when he went solo?
Mostly, well, my sister and her friends really liked him as Wham, so
Yeah.
I didn't really know who he was really. And then they were like, you remind me of George Michael. Her friends would tell me. So I started liking him like when he went solo mostly.
Okay. What are your favorite songs?
Oh, I gotta say like Faith and Never Gonna Dance Again, Careless Whisper,
Yeah, those were, yep.
Everything She Wants, a lot of the early stuff.
Yes. I mean, the boy could sing, man. He had a very distinct, sultry voice. It was like he had a ballad voice, but was making more trendy music.
Oh
You
yeah,
know?
big time. A lot of dance clubs would have his songs playing too,
Yes.
like in the '80s.
And what I like about him, not just Wham, but his music in general, it's one of those that fits in the timeless category. You could play those for forever, and they're never gonna go out of style.
Yeah, oh
You
yeah.
know?
Even the young people today are like, "Oh yeah, I know that song. I like that one."
They don't make music like that anymore. I mean, just from the lyrics, the singing, the music itself. I mean, he was a total package.
Oh yeah, big time.
How did you feel when he passed away?
Oh, that was just like heartbreaking because I I was hoping to meet him someday, and I was hoping he'd have new music coming out, and I was just like, wow, never expected that at all to happen. He was only like 53, and it happened on Christmas Day.
Wow, I didn't know that. I know he was relatively young, and
Yeah.
and in a good place career wise, where he could have continued touring just off the material he had.
Oh yeah, yeah. His last tour, the 25 Live, it was all just mostly material he had, and it was all over Europe, and it came through the States too, and it was pretty much sold out most of the time.
And he was in his craft too, he was well respected, you know, because he had number one hits both in the UK and the USA Billboard, which is not an easy feat, you know. He was killing it on both ends of the world,
Oh yeah,
and
number
I
one
think
singles.
and he was on We Are the World too, right?
He was on Band Aid. Do they know it's
Yeah,
Christmas?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, close.
Man, I remember all that stuff, man. And it's funny that I didn't expect to be talking about George Michael today. Now
No,
what,
no.
what compelled you to write the book, and how long did it take you to, let's just say, get the information together, write the book? And is it more like fact based, or is it like how you feel about his music and him as a person?
It's more, well, it took me like a good year to get everything together. But I mean, I had a lot of information about him. So it was fairly easy to write. I just had to edit it and get it down to, uh, concentrate on everything that I wanted to talk about. But it's got it's fact based, but it has a lot of fun, interesting trivia about him. Maybe people didn't know. Um, like he really loved to give to charity, and
Yes.
he loved to give out anonymously to a lot of people that were in need. And they found out about it later after he died. They found out about all the charity he was doing.
Hmm. And I mean, it's funny. I was watching Shaq the other day. You know Shaq Diesel, the basketball player.
Oh yeah.
And he has a ton of money, and he does this thing now where wherever he goes, like if he goes to a Walmart or store, he'll just immediately pick somebody out and give them stuff. And he goes, from now on, everywhere I go, I got to give somebody something. He goes, I made a lot of money. I can't take it with me. And he wants to help people, you
Yeah,
know?
how much money do you need? You
Yeah.
know.
And, and when you're at that level and you're worldwide and you've made it, it's good. And he was given at a high level too, you know, like which is why he was involved with like those live events and Michael Jackson and all that, because they were giving on the $1 million level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I just
know.
still like.
I know a lot of times he would, some of his songs he would just say, "I'm just, the proceeds from this song is just going to go to
Yeah.
charity,"
And his
automatically.
concert tours and stuff like that. Now look, man, you got the hair, the glasses,
Oh
you got
yeah.
the green. Do you sing? Do you play the
Oh
guitar?
yeah. Yeah, sometimes the bands have. I go to a lot of cover bands, and they'll have me get up there and do like the faith song, a couple of the George Michael songs
I don't want
when
to
I go
put you on
out.
the spot, but if you feel comfortable, because our show, we make the rappers rap, the guitarists play guitar, but if you're not ready, it's cool.
Oh yeah,
But
I
if
could
you
do like a acapella. I could do
hit
something
me,
acapella.
let the fellas know which one are you gonna do.
I could do like I could do faith. I could bring it up, do faith for
Okay,
you guys.
that'd be pretty
That's
awesome.
a good idea.
You got to tell DJ Waynehead to put this in his repertoire.
Good, yeah,
Oh, I'm
yeah.
adding it. You better
Hey,
believe that I'm adding it.
nice to meet you.
See, I'm ready. I'm ready whenever you are. Glad you. Hey,
How did you get in touch with DJ Waynehead too?
Oh, I don't know. I just um Dominic had it all set up. I think somehow I just emailed. Oh, you know what? The email was on the invite thing, and I just emailed him to make sure about everything.
Because I really appreciate you having on the show. You know, it's a different type of flavor. You know, the movers and shakers we're international, man. We're all over the place. We do a little bit of
That's
everything.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed. I noticed you guys had been doing this for a while now.
Slow grind, but we're doing it.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah. So you're while you're setting up, right? You're chef by day, singer by night.
Yeah, yeah. On the weekends, I go to see a lot of cover bands here in the Detroit area.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I go and check them out, and I like to. I go to a place called the Token Lounge. It's here. It's a legendary place. A lot of
Ever wonder why you don't always sound your best when
oh,
you're singing?
a lot of cool bands are at the Token
Mhm.
Lounge.
Simplicity is here to help you out.
Mhm.
Okay, I'll be set up for you to
Okay.
do a song too. When did you want me to do it? When you'll say it, or
So whenever you're ready, now I can keep throwing questions at you because I
oh,
have
okay.
plenty. Whenever you feel
Oh,
comfortable.
let me grab my microphone too.
Okay.
man, Vlad, you killing it, my brother.
That's my job, my man.
I didn't know you was a George Michael fan though.
Yes, sir. See
Yeah, good
now,
stuff,
now
man.
I could
Can't get
go
on the camera because
bar
I'm
for bar with
actually
it. You'll
driving
see.
right now.
You what?
I said I can't get on the camera because I'm actually driving right now.
I got you.
But yeah, you're doing your thing, but
Appreciate it, fellas.
You're actually pulling the ace out, man. Getting the guests to do their thing live.
Yes,
Movers and shakers
exactly.
exclusive.
Exactly. But I
Oh,
now where are you right now? Is this a home studio or where are you? Because I like the 80s background.
yeah, it's my home studio. I always have
Okay.
that up whenever I do
Yeah.
the interviews.
There we go.
Can you hear it? Okay.
Yep. This brings me joy.
Number one. It was a number one hit in the
Yeah,
80s.
this is his breakout single.
Well, guess it would be nice if I could touch your body. I know not everybody has got a body like you, but I gotta think twice before I give my heart away. And I know all the games you play, 'cause I play them too. Oh, but I need some time off that
That
emotion.
emotion
Time to pick my heart up
off
off
the
the floor.
floor.
Oh, when that love comes down without devotion. When it takes a strong man, baby, but I'm showing you the door. 'Cause I gotta have faith. I gotta have faith. 'Cause I gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. I got to have faith, the faith, the faith. Baby, I know you're asking me to stay. Stay, please, please, please don't go away. Say I'm giving you the blues. Maybe. Huh, you mean every word you say. Can't help but think of yesterday. And another who tied me down to the lovable rules before this river becomes an ocean. Before you throw my heart back on the floor. Oh, baby, I reconsider my foolish notion when I need someone to hold me, but I wait for something more. Yes, I gotta have faith. I got to have faith, 'cause I gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. I got to have faith, the faith, the faith.
Oh, there we go. Look, the guitar solo.
I just got to wait, 'cause I got to have faith. I got to have faith. Got to have faith. For this river becomes an ocean. Before you throw my heart back on the floor. Oh, baby, I reconsider my foolish notion. I need someone to hold me, but I wait for something more.
But I gotta have faith.
I gotta have faith, 'cause I gotta have faith, the faith, the faith. I got to have faith, the faith, the faith.
You're dancing too. Look,
You get your,
you got everybody
you get your
dancing.
little one.
Yeah.
Oh, Daddy, we're gonna go to Longhorn.
Okay, well, all right. Bye.
Oh,
No, and you know what? I expose them to that type of 80s music, you know, all around. I see that you enjoy his music, you know.
oh yeah, yeah.
And for the guys, man, it's fun music, you know. Anytime they play it in the club, everybody's, you know, in 80s clubs and stuff, things of that nature. You know?
Oh yeah, that's good. You're teaching your children the right way.
Yeah, no, because you know you got to get a little bit of everything. So I see that you put the book out relatively recently in what was it, June or July of 2021?
Yeah, last summer.
So far, what's been the reception?
Oh, it's gotten a lot of good reviews. Yeah, especially on Amazon, you'll see the reviews are on there, and
I did
people
see.
will take pictures of the book and post it on there. So
And George,
positive.
this is like obviously the first time meeting you via Zoom, but I'm gonna tell you right now, we're gonna purchase the book. We're gonna support one. Two, if you know, obviously, if you end up in Texas for any reason, you got to come by the studio.
Oh yeah,
you know, to because it's different too. You share a different type of energy in studio, and I'm gonna talk Wayne head into giving you a shout out next week. We're gonna play that song live.
oh sweet.
Yeah, give you some props. You know.
Definitely, you
I
definitely
love
have our
Houston. I
support.
love Houston. What's that?
I say you definitely have our support. But Vlad,
Thanks,
let
man.
me chime in a little bit, Mr. George. I see you have your YouTube channel. Like you have a wide variety of information on there. How do you go about like categorizing? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what are you gonna put out there for your fans?
Well, I have one playlist on there is like cooking. One is like for the when I do karaoke at a club. Some are like from bands that I've seen. So I try to try to hit all different categories. You know, music fans and cooking fans, music and food, they go together.
Got it.
But
Okay.
I have a quick
I
question.
want to chime in. Hey, how you doing, Mr. George?
Hey, how you doing? Great, great.
I wanted to kind of go back to the cooking part. I see you do a lot of really healthy cooking and holistic ingredients. Was this always a priority of yours to eat healthy, or did you come up eating pretty bad and just kind of got into the healthy eating?
I know. You know, being Greek, we follow a lot of the Mediterranean diet, so we've always kind of looked into like holistic and better eating, and a lot of cooking with a lot of herbs, and then cooking with olive oil a lot, and fish, and not too much red meat. So I've always tried to follow the Mediterranean diet, and then I wanted to always stay in shape for this because I'm always going out dancing and everything.
Oh yeah, you got to be in shape to be a great performer.
Yeah, you gotta look good up there. So it's like you don't have much of a choice. I was just at the gym. I was just at Planet Fitness before the interview. Be in shape.
And Dante, that's
Yeah.
kind of what I was going to ask, because Dante recently has switched into a vegetarian type diet. Because we all used to hang out together.
The pescatarian.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
And
it's been working out pretty good for me. Granted, I don't work out as much as I should, but being that my diet is pretty steady and pretty good, I tend to kind of keep the weight off.
There you go. Being vegetarian, the only thing is watch out. Like you need to have good protein. So you want to eat different types of beans. Like quinoa is another good thing to have in your diet if you're vegetarian. It's got a
Well,
good source of protein.
I still do the fish, so I get my proteins and stuff from a fish.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Some salmon.
Yeah, I love some salmon.
Mr. George, I had this question. How do you believe in any of modern day medicine, or do you believe that the earth has all the medicines that you can grow yourself to heal us? Or how do you feel about traditional medicine?
Well, I mean, I think that if you have to be on certain medication, it's fine. But if there's certain herbs that you could take that could keep the medication that you're taking maybe at a minimum, so you have a lower dose. I always tell people, if they have high blood pressure, try some dark chocolate. If they're having heart issues, you try to eat a little bit of dark chocolate every day. It might help lower your blood pressure, and then you maybe not have to take as much medication for it.
oh wow, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, the cocoa and the dark chocolate is really great for heart health.
Okay. Are you certified dietitian? Did you go to school for it, or how do you get your information to write your books?
Well, yeah, I went actually to Madonna University for dietetics, and I got my teaching certification too.
Okay.
So it was, I was kind of a combination there. So I'm more of like a culinary dietitian instructor.
Because then I'm looking at the diet books for pregnancy, and that's something you can't just play around with.
Yeah.
Did you write those for a specific person in your family, or is just the lane you were traveling in?
Well, actually, what happened there was a publisher, they had a chef, but they needed a dietitian also to write that book about the pregnancy. So they had contacted me many years back about putting together like the nutrition information for women. And then the other section in the book is like recipes that they should be eating. Like if they have morning sickness, I have some ginger,
True.
things like that. What to eat. How much folate to have to help the baby develop properly.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
What, Mr. George, what gives you the motivation to continue doing what you're doing?
Well, I just, I always get great feedback from people. Like they love my cooking, and I just did a party the other day. I did a party for a group of ladies that wanted to try all the Greek cooking, but they wanted stuff that's more plant-based. So, that keeps me going to hear there's a demand for that. And then a lot of times people love seeing me sing the George Michael songs, and they're like, keep doing what you're doing. It brings people a lot of
Yeah,
joy, it brings a lot of happiness.
it
Keep
does.
doing that. You'll see. Yeah, you probably might have seen some of the YouTube videos that I might be on stage someplace, or I might be performing, with one of the bands, and people seem to really enjoy it and get good feedback about it.
What
It's
would you
not
say
fun.
is your gift? What would you say is your gift, Mr. George?
I think my gift is more just knowing how to make people happy, making people smile. And then, I'd say probably the cooking, and then also the singing, and, doing, having my nightlife too.
Mm.
People get a kick out of it. And I'm going actually next month, here in Frankenmuth, Michigan, they're having an event called Bringing Back the 80s. And
Nice.
thousands of people come to it. It's a big convention for people that love the 80s. It's April 22nd and 23rd. And I go to it every year, and there's people that dress up like Mr. T. There'll be a guy
Yeah,
there dresses up as Tom Cruise, Billy Idol,
That
Michael
sounds pretty
Jackson, of
cool. Yeah.
course. Yeah. So we're all looking forward to that next month.
Are you going to perform there, or you just kind of hang out and just meet all the other people that are there?
Mostly I would just go and meet all my friends. We usually meet every year. We come from different states and stuff. And there'll be on Friday night. There'll be a band there called Sunset Boulevard. They're like a '80s hair band. And then the next night it's another band. They're gonna do like all the '80s top 40.
Cool.
They'll have a breakdancing competition, costume contest. It's really fun.
do you strictly stay to George Michael, or you do other stuff too?
I've also done Ringo Starr.
Because whenever I do anything George Michael, I end up going down the Tears for Fears path too.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
love them. They're back on tour too.
Okay.
Tears for Fears.
If you had to choose, man, and you're like, look, man, I'm gonna do this George Michael stuff or be a chef, because I know you're doing both, but if
Yeah.
you have to choose one.
Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question. Yeah. I mean, the George Michael, that's a lot of fun. It's more, nightlife. But probably, I guess I would do the cooking probably. I'd have to
I
pick the
got you.
cooking. Yeah. Because, people love to eat, and it's something that's people, I think they ask a little bit more for the cooking part. But that's
Okay.
a tough one though.
You have to think about it. The
Yeah.
movers and shakers, and DJ Dwayne had actually put this in my mind a lot. He goes, you want to give people their flowers when they're alive, right? As best as you can.
Yeah.
And obviously you didn't get the opportunity, but you have his legacy still going in many forms, not just the book, but just like, dressing like him and performing like him, and he left the mark that's continuing through his music, and that I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, keeping it alive.
Yeah.
Handed down to his major fans, hardcore fans.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
I think he would have got a kick out of you if he met you.
I know. It would have been so neat. I didn't expect. If I knew, I would have tried. I know that at one point he almost did die of pneumonia, and but he managed to get through and come back and finish one of his tours. But I never thought, this was going to happen.
Yeah, and it's like when we lost Prince, and you lose certain people. you know, not in a timely fashion, you're like, you know what? I should have went to that concert. I should have done these things, you know?
Yeah, Prince. I tried to go to Prince too, but it was sold out so quick for
Yeah.
Prince.
Oh yeah, you can. Yeah. No.
There's no way.
No.
I have a question, Mr. George.
Yes.
If you had the opportunity to meet Mr. George Michael, what would be the first thing you would say to him?
Ooh. Good one.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a great question. You know, I would thank him, you know, for all the great music, you know, and tell him how much he meant, you know, and how great the '80s were, and I'm sure he would have agreed what a great time it was. And you know, I'd ask him, you know, if he approved of people carrying on his whole persona and everything for the future. What he thought about that, maybe.
Oh,
That'd be a good question. I could have asked him that.
Mr. George, what would you like your legacy, the legacy that you leave, people to say about you when it's all said and done?
I'd like people to just say, you know, I made a lot of people happy, made a lot of people smile. Even like now with the pandemic and everything we've been through, I had a lot of people say that, you know, you helped me through a really tough time. I was sick with the COVID, and I would watch a lot of your videos, and that really put a lot of smile on my face, big smile on my face. So I'd like to say that I help people in, you know, in times of really difficult, how they, you know, in times of darkness.
So what is next for Mr. George Rapitis?
Well, I'm actually doing putting together like a library tour right now. I'm going to be at different libraries promoting the Faith album, the 35th anniversary, and I already have a few. And I'm going to be doing like a book signing at the libraries, and then a lot of them have a room where you can go and do like a little performance. So that's kind of what I'm putting together right now. It's really fun. And then maybe at the shows, I could do a little demonstration of some of George Michael's favorite cooking, his favorite foods, maybe. He liked
What,
Italian carbonara. He likes spaghetti carbonara.
what you know when you go to the '80s events, right? I'm
Yeah.
gonna guess there's a couple other George Michaels, right?
There was last time. There was another one. Yeah.
Do you guys battle when you see each other? Do you like
Yeah. Well,
who can
last
out
time
George
one of them
Michael?
saw me. One of them saw me, and his friends were like, they were like, "Oh, you got him beat. You got our buddy beat. You're more. You look way more better."
Yeah.
Because he had to have a wig or something on.
No, yeah, that's your hair.
That's my real hair, yeah. But this
Yeah.
other guy, he had to wear a wig. So they were like, "No, you got him beat. Like, no contest."
Nah, man, I like your energy, man. I like the whole, you know, like
That whole look is like pretty spot on, man.
yeah.
Yeah, some of the pictures that you see there at a place called Slice of the '80s Pizza. There's a pizza place here called Slice of the '80s, and it's got '80s memorabilia and that big wall where you can take pictures. It's like airbrushed.
Cool.
So I went in there. I know the owners, and they're like, "Yeah, take pictures all you want," you know.
Dante, you have something or
No.
so look, Mr. George, then, because I want to get all your info. So like your YouTube channel, your Instagram. How can we? Because now I'm interested. Right now, I got to see these videos people were watching.
Oh yeah. You can get me on Instagram. I'm Chefy Geo on Instagram. I'm posting every week my pictures.
Okay.
Facebook, you can get me on Facebook too, George Rapitis on Facebook, and all of my video, everything pretty much is on the Facebook.
Okay.
And then TikTok, I got some on TikTok. Geo Rap on TikTok. And I think you got my YouTube Geo Rap on YouTube.
Geo Rap. I would like that you keep us posted on your tour, on your library tour. You know, everything's Zoom based, video based now. We can keep in touch and keep that energy going till we figure out how to get to Houston.
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Come hang
Either
with you
that
guys.
or the movers and shakers
Yeah.
are gonna have to go to Michigan sooner or later.
Detroit.
Go,
Detroit.
go see what's
D-Town.
out there.
D-Town. Yeah, D-Town.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Mr. George, man, it's a pleasure talking with
Yeah.
you, man. I
You
really
guys too.
enjoyed your energy. Expect some book sales because we're gonna go spend some money and support.
Thanks,
and
brothers.
then we're
Yeah,
gonna
and I
review it.
want to personally thank him for that exclusive performance for the
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
Because you got to have a faith, the faith, the faith.
No,
Yeah,
you saw my brother immediately was already
I
jamming to
know,
it.
huh?
You know.
See
Yeah,
the true music critic.
Well, I know Mr. Wayne has driving, so I'm gonna go ahead and say, man. So there you have it, man. The movers and shakers.
Thanks, you guys. Keep it on. Keep it going.
Yes, sir, man.
same.
And we'll talk to you soon, man. We really appreciate you coming on the air with us, man, and giving us this interview.
You're very welcome anytime.
Yes, sir, man.
All
Good
right,
luck, man.
peace.
All right. Talk to you soon. Thanks.
Take care.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, guys. Thanks so much.